Hello and welcome to another video. As has been the trend for me lately, finding inspiration for a new video is talking about what I just finished reading. And that right now is Jujutsu Kaisen. I highly recommend the manga if you're looking for that Shonen Jump style full of action and with a large cast of characters. But what has impressed me most with the manga, besides the interesting story, is simply the non-stop pacing. We go from one event straight into the next with what feels like no break, keeping the action and plot advancing at a quick pace. Sure, we've had a few short side stories with background amid the main characters, but nothing too long, and nothing that was overly long without being super relevant to the main plot, such as the Gojo backstory arc. Even the stereotypical tournament arc, which is a standard for Shonen Jump manga, gets interrupted fairly quickly with the enemy attacking. The action keeps coming non-stop, with the current arc going straight from the Shibuya incident to the new execution plot we're in with only a page or two of fallout from this major plot point. Jujutsu Kaisen had me reading the next chapter as soon as I wrapped up the previous one, and I loved every minute of it. Now that I've binged Jujutsu Kaisen and I've gotten caught up, it's time to hunt for the next manga to dive into. With the themes of Jujutsu Kaisen being very similar to Shonen Jump classics, I'm going to recommend a few similar Shonen Jump style manga to check out if you're all caught up on Jujutsu Kaisen that you can read right now in your Shonen Jump app subscription. First, we're going to go old school and pay homage to two manga that were definitely strongly influencing the author, the Shonen Jump classics Bleach and Naruto. You can clearly see influences from other Shonen Jump series such as Yu Yu Hakusho and Hunter x Hunter, but I'm going to focus on Naruto and Bleach as two newer series that most people should be familiar with if you haven't read them already. Personally, they're series that I watched the anime for back in the day, and the prospect of getting caught up with the manga is very appealing, so they may make a high priority in the manga queue for what to read next. First, with Naruto, it's easy to see some of the similarities, such as the monster living inside the main character, who is overflowing with power and potential as a result, and as a student training in the ways of their respective world, with Yuji as the Jujutsu sorcerer and Naruto as the ninja. Bleach doesn't have a monster inside per se, but the inner hollow Ichigo could pretty much fit the bill in its own way. The Bleach world fights hollows and spirits, and the Jujutsu world exercises curses. Both Bleach and Naruto are huge Shonen Jump series with battles and themes of character growth for the young protagonists. And they're the big three in Shonen Jump along with One Piece for a reason. They're very popular series that will let you keep reading for a long time if you're caught up on the 140 or so chapters of a Jujutsu Kaisen currently out. Bleach is on the short list for myself, as the anime is restarting soon with the final arc of the manga, and I stopped watching around the beginning of the Arrancar invasion, so I've still got a lot of catching up to do. Next, an obvious and similar choice to recommend if you're looking for more action from Shonen Jump is of course My Hero Academia. I feel like this is the big action series that filled the void left by Bleach and Naruto ending. One Piece is ongoing, and don't get me wrong, I do love One Piece, but I feel the tone of One Piece isn't as dark and edgy as Jujutsu Kaisen, and it may appeal to a slightly different kind of reader. So you're recommending My Hero Academia about kids in school to be superheroes? Yes, because I think the action in My Hero can satisfy the light and easy read that you're looking for. And while things are mostly fairly bright and cheery, there are a few moments of darkness and loss even in My Hero Academia. Being a currently running series in Jump, you can start reading My Hero and be part of the current hype and discussion about the series, and read along with the community whenever a new chapter is released, which can be an important factor when looking for what to go into next. While still sticking to the Shonen Jump theme of things you can find in the app with your subscription, a related manga for you to check out is Kaiju number 8. I'll admit I started reading this after getting sucked into Kaiju Girl Caramelize, and after getting caught up on that I was looking for more kaiju action with Godzilla vs. Kong coming out soon. I might have to do a separate video on Caramelize because I think it's such a fun series and that I'm waiting for new chapters to be released. Back to Kaiju number 8. Being a Shonen Jump series, it's available in the Shonen Jump app, and it's also a pretty new series with only 48 chapters available at the moment. The series follows more of a typical Shonen Jump style storyline. The main character merges with monsters of the series, in this case kaiju, and goes from zero to hero, becoming an overpowered hybrid, sort of like Itadori in Jujutsu Kaisen and a number of other Shonen Jump series. So far, the series is not overly heavy and deep, as we follow our main character learning the ropes in the kaiju fighting business, while following his childhood friend who has become one of the highest ranked kaiju hunters. Nothing overly groundbreaking going on story-wise so far, and it just reads like a typical Shonen Jump action series, which might be just what you're looking for if you're all caught up on Jujutsu Kaisen and want something a little more lighter but still with that same feeling. My last recommendation is the newest series that I've got into as I wait for the latest chapter of Jujutsu Kaisen, and that is Chainsaw Man. I've of course heard the name just browsing manga sites, Reddit, YouTube, etc., but I finally gave it a shot and was pleasantly surprised not knowing much about it going into the series. Yes, again, this seems to follow the Shonen Jump trope of a young protagonist who becomes a hybrid with a monster of the series, See almost every other series I mentioned in this video for similar main characters, from Jujutsu Kaisen to Bleach to Kaiju number 8. Our main character merges with the devil and becomes the titular Chainsaw Man, a half-human, half-chainsaw devil who joins a group that hunts other devils. The story structure is very similar to anyone who has read a decent number of Shonen Jump titles. The kid gains powers and begins using those powers to fight back. But the fun twist so far in the story is how it's a little more on the gory side and the violence, and our main character Denji is not following those teenage ideals of being a hero, but rather what a real teenager would want, such as touching a pair of boobs for the first time or getting their first kiss. While I'm trying not to spoil myself too much as I jump into Chainsaw Man, it seems things are going to start getting heavy in the plot, and that one of the great appeals of Chainsaw Man is turning these Shonen Jump tropes around. Acknowledging that it's a little bit ridiculous to have a child fighting monsters at 16 years old, and to only be motivated by wanting to touch boobs. And that Denji's sad past of living in poverty provides more than just a tragic backstory, but really shapes who he is and the decisions he makes. I can't wait to start reading more of the series as things move out of this establishment phase and the plot really takes off for the reasons why readers are praising the series. At only 97 chapters, I'm also looking forward to starting something and actually being able to finish it in a reasonable amount of time. I do love One Piece, and here we are with over 1,000 chapters and probably still years away from the ending. So as soon as I finish adding some graphics to this video, I'm off to enjoy my weekend reading Chainsaw Man. So to quickly summarize, here are a few recommendations in the Shonen Jump app to read if you're all caught up on Jujutsu Kaisen and are looking for something to fill the void while you wait for the next chapter. Go old school and reread some of the classics that Jujutsu Kaisen draws from, like Naruto and Bleach. Try another ongoing action manga like My Hero Academia. Switch genres a bit from sorcerers to monsters and try Kaiju number 8, or get even more dark and gory to try the much shorter Chainsaw Man. Thanks for watching and happy reading.